Hi everyone, it's Nancy here, and I'm back with a process video for you. And unfortunately my camera kind of didn't film the first part of this, but as you know, I recently used a lot of the Fancy Pants Me-ology Collection, and I got the brag card pack, and so there was a lot of cards left, and they were kind of just sitting on my desk, and so I decided that I was going to layer them into a background to make my background, so kind of like a grid design. I'm just going through my stamps here because I know I want to stamp and add a little bit of interest to some of the cards. And so I'm just pulling some stamps out here, and I do love that stamp storage. It's such a great way to sort of see all the stamps that you've got. So here I've just kind of laid everything out, and I'm going to be using this photo booth strip. And there was kind of like a doily printed on this card, so I'm just stamping on there. That didn't stamp 100% perfect, but I am going to rectify that later. And then I'm just using that Amy Tan stamp in the middle, a real couple, because these photos are of me and my boyfriend. It was actually the night we went out for my birthday, and we then went for a walk along the beach, and it was very windy and dark, but I managed to take a few photos with the photo booth alpha, and I really love how it came out. So I really just wanted to scrap them on this layout, and it is me quite a simple layout, and I'm just inking all the edges of the cards in black because the photo strip is so dark. I felt that, you know, just adding that black to everything would, you know, really make everything pop. I did cut that longer strip of camera paper out. That was a scrap that I had on my desk from the 6x6 pad, but the rest are kind of all the different cards and stuff. And I really like this kind of grid layout. I know lots of people do it, but it's quite good for a quick layout, and if you've got lots of scraps that you want to use up as well. And so I'm just going to start sticking them down from the bottom and trying to get the spacing kind of even, but it doesn't kind of matter too much because I am then going to put my photo on the Wonka bit anyway. So all in all, it doesn't matter so much. I just want to make sure the kind of borders around the edge are the same. And I really love this Fancy Pants collection. I know that quite a few people brought bits of it, and I just love the colours, and I'm really loving Fancy Pants at the moment. I'm really trying to resist like any Christmas stash at the moment, but I'm so tempted by so many different bits out there, and there's another Fancy Pants collection which I'm really trying to resist. So here I am just sticking those down, and I'd kind of worked it out, I say, before the video started taping. But actually, you know, I say it's quite a quick design to do, and I like, you know, the grid layout. I'm not going to overly embellish this layout either because it's quite busy already with the background, and I want to use the sayings that are on the cards as well. So you and I, and this is so cool. So they're pictures of me and my boyfriend anyway. I did have that sticker sheet, and I have got some of the what they're called, die cuts left as well. They're really generous, the die cuts you got in the packs. So even though I created quite a lot of projects for my creative team bit last month, I still had lots left, and it was just kind of sitting there staring at me, and I'm like, I still want to play with it. So you will see me, you know, use several bits on this out and a few layouts in the future as well. I really liked the border strip paper. It had a couple of really nice sayings and things on it. So I'm just cut one of those 6x6 sayings out and added that to that camera paper because that is going to be where my title goes. And I'm just looking at the die cuts here and trying to work out where I can add them. Those banners are really tricky, but I'm going to try and get them used up if I can. I really love that camera, and I knew I wanted to put it on a layout, and I'm just kind of faffing around here because that feather was really bothering me. As I said before, I'm really not a big fan of feathers. And I absolutely love that camera, so I really wanted to use that on this layout. And that little birdhouse, again, it was just, you know, a die cut that I wasn't necessarily going to use, but it just add a little bit of interest to this layout. And this layout came together, even though I didn't record the first bit, in about 25 minutes, which is incredibly quick, but as I said, it's not actually as layered and as detailed as a lot of my layouts. But, you know, sometimes it's good for a change to kind of just mix your style up a bit. and not do something you do every time you sit and scrap. And I really enjoy that. As I said before, I'm not really one that can do sketches because they just stress me out. So actually just changing up my style and doing something a bit cleaner, I find, you know, really great fun and actually more of a challenge as well. The photos are really funny, even though they're dark. It's just us, like, you know, hamming it up and being silly for the camera. And I really love it because it, you know, it's just us and we're having a laugh. So I am going to journal a little bit. So I did make sure I had a space to journal on here, and I'm just going to journal about how this was us coming back after a lovely meal out, and we decided to go for a walk on the beach. But the wind had a different idea. I had like a kimono jacket on, and that was flapping in the wind, and I had my extensions in, and yeah, I just came back looking like a hot mess. My hair, I had like a bird nest on my head, and yeah, we were freezing cold. So we decided maybe going for a walk on the beach, however romantic and lovely it would be, was not great in really, really windy weather. So, which I just kind of thought was quite funny. So you can see I've just layered a few more of the die cuts there, and I'm now pulling out some of my embellishments because I know that I want to add those on here as well. I did just use the Fancy Pants Hot Pink large alpha stickers, which again went with this collection, and I also used a few of the words from the DIY collection from Simple Stories. And these are just some Do Crafts and Trimcraft little gems, and I really, really like them, and they just add, they're exactly the right colours for this collection as well, and they just add a little bit of detail to each of the clusters. I did kind of try and do 3 clusters because even though it is quite busy and there's kind of something in each square, I wanted to make sure, or each card, I wanted to make sure that, you know, added a little bit of interest. So I'm just going to finish sticking those down, and then I pull out my homemade flare badges, and these are the ones that Sharon made me. I absolutely love them. So I'm going to end up popping one of those on, and I also have a badge that was from the Hey Little Magpie shop, and that says 2014, and again I wanted to make sure that I recorded, you know, what year this was, because you say it's going to go sort of as part of my birthday. I'm just going to pull a little ampersand out, and I'm going to pull a smile one out, and I like using repetition of words on layouts, and as smile is the title, I thought that worked really well, and so it adds a real nice pop of colour, and so that's another little triangle of blue elements. So all in all, I was really happy with how this turned out. So here's some close-up photos, and I hope you enjoyed this very quick process video. Thank you, bye!